Let me tell thee a seafaring story of a lad who won fortune and fame with Nelson at Battle of Trafalgar. Joe Moggeridge, that was his name. He were midshipman on the Victory, and his job when the battle had begun was to take cannonballs from their baskets and shove 'em down front end at gun. One day Joe and Nelson was boxing the compass the way sailors do, when up runs Hardy, spyglass in hand, and pointing he shouts, "Take a screw!" So they looked to where Hardy were pointing, when they see lots of ships in a row, and Joe says, abrupt but respectful, "Horatio, lad, yon's the foe." "Aye, what say we attack 'em?" says Nelson. And Hardy says, "Nay, not today." And Joe says, "I think we should toss for it." And Horatio answers, "OK." So they tossed. It were heads for attacking and tails for turning about. But we're using Joe's two-headed penny. The result was not really in doubt. When they see the coin landed heads upwards, they were in for a do, that were plain. Joe said, "Well, shiver me timbers," and Hardy kissed Nelson again. Well, they got the flags out of the locker and they hoisted a message on high for all about England and duty, though crew thought they'd been out to dry. Then they got the guns ready for action, and that gave 'em trouble enough. Well, they hadn't been fired since last winter, and touch holes was bunged up with fluff. Joe's cannon hit wasn't half a corker. The cannonballs went 3 feet round, and they weren't like no toy balloons neither. They weighed about 65 pound. And selecting 2 of the largest, Joe were loading up, double for luck, when a stray shell came on to the gun deck and gunpowder barrel were struck. By gum, there wasn't half an explosion, and gun crew were filled with alarm, as out through the porthole went Joseph with a cannonball under each arm. Well, just then along comes the boatswain. "Where's Joe?" he says. Gunner replied, "He's taken 2 cannonballs with him and gone for a paddle outside." "When will he be back?" says the boatswain. And Gunner says, "Well, if as how he comes back as fast as he left us, he should be here any time now." And all this time Joe, treading water, were trying hard to keep afloat and trying to shout through the turmoil for someone to lower a boat. But each time he got to the surface, back under the water he'd go. This up and down kind of existence made everyone laugh, except Joe. In the end, when he thought he was drowning, the next time he came to the top, he yelled, "If you don't get me out now, I'll let these here cannonballs drop." In the end, it were Nelson what saved him, and he said he deserved the VC. But since VC wasn't yet invented, he gave him an egg for his tea. Then after the battle were over and Victory was safe back in dock, the crew pulled their Kensington tokens and bought Joe this fine 8-day clock. Well, that clock's been passed down generations. Still works, still ticks and still chimes. And last week I bought it in auction for family had fell on hard times. The auction were most entertaining, especially the auctioneer. And whilst I'm not the best emulator, it went something like this here. Auctioneer. "Who'll give me $50, $40, $30? Who'll give a $30 bid? Who'll give me $30? $30. Make me holler. Holler for a $30 bid. Okay, 25. I'll take a dive. 25. I'll take a 25 bid. I've got 25. Now I know to ask 5. I've got a 25 bid. Who'll give me 30? Don't play dirty. Who'll give a $30 bid? I got 30. Now I can get 30 because I've got a $30 bid. Who'll give me 35? Rats alive, 35. Who'll give a 35 bid? I've got 35 now and I love... Whoops, I've got 35 now and I'm going to thrive. I've got a 35 bid. Who'll give me 40? Don't be naughty. Who'll give me a $40 bid? Who'll give me 40? Thank you, shorty. I've got a $40 bid. Who'll give me 45? Make those hands jive. Who'll give a 45 bid? I got 45 now. I'm going to face a wife. I've got a 45 bid. Who'll give me 50? Don't be thrifty. Who'll give a $50 bid? I got 50 now. I can be shifty because I've got a $50 bid. I still got 50. 55 would be nice. Going once, going twice, going for a $50 bid. Going for the third time. It's a sheep. It's a crime. I sold that clock for the $50 bid. Thank you.